Thorns riding solo for this one. Alright, today we're heading towards Woodfall. This is, of course, south of Clocktown. You can go to this area from South Clocktown, obviously. But first, exposition. Yeah, I spent that entire time just waiting. Anyway, moving forward. Now, in this area, there is a heart piece we can get right now. It's up in the tree. You can climb the tree with the vines right here, but there is a bat in the way. I did that on purpose, I swear. Now, to get rid of the bat, you just have to put on the Deku mask and shoot him with the bubble. The bubbles were strangely accurate for me. Usually they would spin around and miss, but this time they finally worked. You can hear a Choo-Choo regenerating. I love that name, Choo-Choo. And this is a third heart piece in the next container. Off in that direction is a shooting gallery. We'll be doing that after this temple. You can see Tingle, but first, I remembered there is a hole over here. Wanted to see what's in it. It's a generic grotto with a generic rupee chest. Though I think now would be a good time to show how to slow down time. To do that, just simply play the Song of Time in reverse. And now when you look at the clock down at the bottom, it's moving very slowly. It's probably going to take another 30 seconds before it gets to 8 p.m. a.m., whatever. I can't think right now. Let's get a map. And be pestered by the choo-choos. Sucks that the bubbles don't hurt them, but I don't know, I guess they wouldn't. I would get so much satisfaction if they just threw in one rare animation of Tingle falling flat on his face. I mean, just think about it. Oh, that's pretty nice. If you get the 20 rupee chest in that hole, you can buy the map without having to worry about grinding or anything. I believe Tingle in Clocktown sells you the Woodfall map, but it's 40 rupees, and why bother? There's another Deku scrub. I'm not really going to go into the Deku scrubs outside of Clocktown, like that until the very end of the LP, so won't worry about that. But there is one in every area, plus the one in Clocktown. That warp point right there is going to be very essential. And there's a ferry that you can get in this area. Don't really know why. It's not exactly close to anywhere that you would really need it. Anyway, in here, this guy runs a tourist thing. You talk to him, you'll find that he accepts pictographs. He will give you a pictograph, which is essentially a camera. And if you bring back a really cool picture with 2 specific ones for getting the best prize, you will get a prize. Well, I love mixing up my English like that. Anyway, the main tour guide has gone missing. I know where she is, because I played the game before. Now, the best way to get across this swamp is to put on the Deku mask, because he hops, and when you spin on the lily pads, you move very quickly across them, so you don't have to worry about drowning. Though when you get into shallow water, he doesn't seem to care anymore. I like how that works. Deku scrubs. I kind of like how in this game there are some Deku scrubs that don't even bother to grow, they just stick their head out of the ground. This is the potion shop. In here is, I believe, Kotake. Since I'm not playing Ocarina of Time anymore, I can spoil she is one of the near the end of the game bosses. She and her sister are the boss of... Like, together, they are the boss of the Spirit Temple, and I do mean, like, singular. Can't really buy any potions from her yet, but, probably a good thing to show that off right now. Koume, her sister, is back here. I can't exactly remember the exact name of this. I think it'll show up. Woods of Mystery, there it is. Talk to the monkey and he'll say, "Follow me." So let's. Weird thing is, the monkey likes to psych you out for some reason. Don't really know why. This right here is a good... one of the examples of why getting the bunny hood really early on is a good idea. That way you can kind of let him run around, fake you out, and then go straight to the area you want to go in, while just waiting right at the entrance. And here we found Koume, and she appears injured. Of course it was Skull Kid. He's one of the few supervillains that actually does all the dirty work himself. We can't help her yet, but if we go tell her sister, Kotake, she will give us a potion. The only way the bunny hood would be even better is if it made you climb ladders faster. And you gotta be in the exact right spot before you can talk to her. That would shatter glass. It's a Skull Kid. What could he possibly do? Lady, if only you knew. So she gives us the potion, and I always run behind there. I can never run directly to the fucking door. Sped this up because why would you want to see this again? And like as long as it was. I think the path is the same, so if you remember it, you don't even need to bother. Give her the potion. Remember, actually talk to her before you click the either C button or use the C stick, depending on which version of the game you're playing. Because if the prompt doesn't show up to say, use the C, you'll just drink it right in front of her. And she's okay. She reminds you of the swamp tour. And because Kotaka gave us a bottle of the red potion, once Koume drinks it, you now have an empty bottle to use. That's the first one. Now there are monkeys. There's a little more exposition. We now have to go save a monkey brother. But first I'm going to show... basically, if you follow these monkeys while wearing the bunny hood, you will see what happens when it loads a new area. They just straight up disappear. That's funny. We don't need to go back to Kotaku. And here's me having a sudden remembrance. That's my embarrassment for this episode. Yeah, put on the Deku mask and do it properly. I think down there is the long way to the poison swamp. We don't need to worry about that. In fact, I think it wouldn't even help us, because we need to take the tour of the swamp before we can get to where we want to go. By the way, I think I was wrong. The big burly guy doesn't give you the pictograph. You get it while you take the tour. And because you... Yeah, there it is. And because you saved Koume, you get a free ride. I'll show you the exact nice picture you want to take. There's two of them, but there's one we can get really easily. Because it's along the way of this area of the game, I guess. Not really much you can do while you're taking the tour, just kind of sit back and enjoy the view. Like, even in N64 expansion pack boosted graphics, Majora's Mask still looks pretty nice. Ooh, I wasn't even paying attention. There's a big Octorok blocking the way, and the boat kills it, so that's how we get into this area. I don't know what I'm doing. Thorn, focus. Yes, thank you. So we have to disembark. See you in the next episode when we enter the Deku Palace.